And you ain't gonna be able to put nothing on when Jesus come, honey. You got to already have it. You got to already possess it. And at any see, that's what threw him off about Jesus. Because anytime he would just make a little switch, and there was a whole other individual. See, you keep letting people hold you down, and you kept letting people restrict you. You keep letting people put you in a box. And Paul says, stop that. He says, let your inside become your outside. Oh, don't worry, but they don't see you for a while. And they pulling at you. Where you at? What you doing? How come you ain't talking? You ain't emailing? You ain't texting? You ain't doing nothing. Last time I checked, you don't see a caterpillar for a while neither. And the next thing you know, here comes a set of wings nobody thought he had. Here comes a color nobody thought he had. Here comes this beautiful rainbow, this new character, and he starts spouting because his inside. He says, be reasonable, be transformable. Why, Paul? Here it comes. By the renewing of your understanding. See, here it comes. Here it comes. Let me mess this up real bad since y'all messed up. What Paul is saying in the text, when you look at the word is nous, N-O-U-S. Nous does not mean just the faculty for thought. It pertains to the information. Did I lose you? Have I lost you? See, thinking, watch this, y'all, is a dynamic process because we are thinking all of the time. Come on now, you be sitting at your desk and all of a sudden your mind just starts wandering. You be in the car and mind just wandering. Next thing you know, you done ran a light or almost hit somebody because your mind is just gone. Hello. You know, some of us probably clinically schizophrenic, but we just ain't taking the test. Mind just gone. Here's what Paul says. He says, not only should you think, and I'm going to deal with this next week. He says, think about what you're going to think about. Your mind is so powerful, it will think in and of itself. So Paul says, when you renew your mind, then you can begin to think about what you're going to think about. Tell somebody, mind your business, mind your business, mind your business. He says that you might prove, I'm almost done, what is that good and perfect and acceptable. Now, proving is a problem. Proving means to test something. And the question I had was, well, who's doing the testing? Let's go back to understanding for a minute, shall we? Thought, mind, the relationship between mind, thinking, and understanding. Mind, thinking, understanding. Say it with me. Mind, thinking, understanding. One more time. Mind, thinking, understanding. Yes, 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 yes. The mind is a faculty for what I think. And what I think leads to my understanding. Let's work that again. According to Paul, the mind is the place of thinking. And it's in my thinking that I develop proper understanding. And if my understanding is off, it's because my thinking is off. And it's probably because my mind is off. I don't care how much you try to tell me you saying, when I look at what you do or what you say, something off somewhere. There's a disconnect somewhere in the machinery. There's a dead cat on the line somewhere. Understanding has to be one of the most powerful words, Ruby, Toria, Auntie Tina, and I never understood that till this week. When you really look at that word understanding, it comes from a word that means to put all the pieces together. Do you understand? Is everything where it should be? Nope, you ain't got it. Let me give you this picture. How many of you have ever had a jigsaw puzzle party? Look at me, baby. That's my baby. That's my boo-boo. Ain't that right, rah-rah? How many have ever in your life tried to put together a jigsaw puzzle? Mm-hmm. And you get bad and you get to 10,000 pieces and all that kind of crazy foolishness. And because my mom and daddy, they used to say puzzles all over the house. And I'm like, y'all bring one more puzzle in this house. Eyes be all crossed and they get the glasses on, and all like this here, trying to, that ain't gonna fit. What are we going for? Watch this. We are trying to attain an understanding of the picture that's on the box. Come on! The pieces are there, but I don't understand it. Woo! Watch it, watch it. I have knowledge, but I don't have understanding.
There you go.
I know all the pieces are here, but it ain't connecting. God says, I don't want you just to know. I want you to understand. God, I bless you. If they don't get it, I do. Watch what he says. He says, when that test comes, when that trial comes, you won't be so quick to get depressed. When difficulty hits, Tracy, you won't be so quick to call your analyst, to call your psychologist, because I understand that all things work together. He will put no more on me than I can bear. I understand it, so I ain't got to hit the panic button all the time. Tell somebody, now I understand. Now I understand why last year was so hard. Now I understand why last week was so hard. Now I understand why last night was so hard. Because he was using that to bring me understanding.
Yes, Lord.
He says, be reasonable. Be transformable. Let me work with your mind. Get in your understanding. And he says, lastly, he says, be rational. I think I'm going to let that one sit right there, Trace. Look at somebody, tell them, be rational. Be rational. It's in the text. Watch this. Paul says, first of all, if you get there, it is a work of grace. It is a work of grace, which means if God don't put his hand on you. Didn't I tell y'all that last couple of weeks with the blessing series? You want God to put his hand all in your stuff. You want God to put his hand all in your life, all in your education, all in your finance. You need God to give you grace. Because God, I got enough issues. I got enough drama. I'll knock myself out the box. Nope, it ain't my mama's fault. It ain't my daddy's fault. It ain't even my crazy spouse's fault. No matter what he or she does, God, if you give me grace. He says, I'm saying this through grace. Ooh, that's good. Somebody throw your hands and say, thank God for grace. God, I thank you for grace. A couple times there, I was suicidal, but was too scared. And then they'll say, you don't get it. I'm talking to somebody who know you were suicidal, but too scared to cut your wrist, too scared to drive off the cliff, too scared to get the gun and blow your brain out. Oh, you felt like it, but you was too scared.
Hallelujah.